First to talk about their disability will be Zena.
My disability is Mokio. Mokio is a rare syndrome that no doctors ever know about. When I was only 10 months old, my mom told me this 3 days ago that they thought he was so mad because, well, Mokio is a rare syndrome that 50 billion people in the UK can have. One picture is from Transplant Week and one with the nurses and how I started this.
Next to talk about their disability is Borisha.
So I have a symptom called epilepsy, and my sister has something called epilepsy as well. I have epilepsy, which is absence. That is when you just go blank for a second and your brain stops working. My sister actually has the clonic-tonic seizures, which means you fall to the ground and you start jerking in, and there is saliva coming out of your mouth. Sometimes blood can come out as well. A long time ago, I had a thing called an EEG. Is when they put stickers in your head to see if you actually have epilepsy, and that was when I was found out I had epilepsy.
Now to talk about their disability will be Mr. Connell.
Well, hello, Year 7 and Year 8. My disability is spastic diplegia, which the more common name for it is cerebral palsy. All that means is that the muscles in my legs that should be nice and relaxed, you know that from your biology lessons, we should have relaxation and contraction, they're constantly tight, and that just means that it's really difficult for me to kind of get around on a day-to-day basis and to do certain activities. The point that I kind of wanted to mention, because this theme was about visible and invisible, obviously my disability is quite visible. You can see it, I walk around with crutches, I walk different from everybody else. The part that I wanted to mention was the invisible part. When I was born about 29 to 30 weeks premature, which means I came out so much earlier than all the other babies ever do. And as a consequence of that, when I was born, I was so small I could fit inside every one of your blazer pockets. That's how small I was. I was also tiny and orange as well, so not the most attractive baby you've ever seen. The reason why I'm holding this, and technology has kind of advanced a long way, but because I was born so premature, my reflex to breathe hadn't quite gotten there yet. So every now and again, a rubber glove behind my back would inflate, but it would knock me, and it would remind me to breathe. So the point that I want to make is, even though disabilities can be very visible, always think about the struggles and fights that people had to go through to get where they are today. So please don't make assumptions based on disabilities, because you don't know how hard somebody's had to fight to get to where they need to be. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Miller will now tell you all about his visible disability.
Afternoon, guys. I think Mr. Connell stole my thunder, given that he could fit in your pockets. So, very similar to Mr. Connell, I also have cerebral palsy. It only affects me on the left-hand side of my body. Again, after Mr. Connell's great description, he is a scientist. I can't give you that in-depth knowledge that he does. But what I will say, we were talking about visibility and invisibility with our disabilities, and the thing for me, I think, and I know that when some of you guys have maybe asked me about my disability in PE, not all of you guys have been aware that I actually have a disability, just potentially because at some points it looks probably a little bit milder. But it's just to kind of make that point that despite different severities of disability, I do definitely have, it does affect me in some ways, in terms of my balance, coordination and my strength. But yeah, that's just kind of being aware, but I haven't kind of let it stop me. And as kind of Mr. Connell said, do not make assumptions, because I think you'll kind of hear from everyone here in this room with their kind of different disabilities, and they've all kind of gone on to, or I'm sure they will go on to achieve great things. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank you, guys.
Now to talk about their disability will be Alex.
Well, this is just some stuff I would like and what my disabilities are. Even though the past two just explain what my cerebral palsy is, like it affects my right arm and I can't really stand properly. Yeah, and Asperger's is when you behave differently. Okay. For example, like when you're looking away in class, when the teacher says look at me, but you're still listening, even when you're looking away. And you like quiet spaces, and also you can be as honest as you can be. Thank you.
Now to talk about their disability will be Ella.
I was born with my spina bifida. This means I cannot walk properly. I am visually impaired, so I can't see really well. My left eye can see a little bit of vision, but my right eye can't. This means that I also wear splints, so I can stand and walk. And I use my cane as well to find things that's in my way. And I use my prodigy to see when I'm in lessons, when I can't see things far away. And that's it. Thank you.
Now to talk about their disability will be Ari.
My name is Ari. Hi. I wanted to talk to you a bit about my disability. I have something called scoliosis, and that's a curve on my back. When I was 5, I went to America for an operation on my back. So it affects my walking a bit. So I need the walker. I use a walker sticks to help me walk. Just the same as people would use glasses to help them see. I use a wheelchair for long distances, but that's okay, because it doesn't stop me from doing anything. I love DJing, singing, going to the gym and swimming. I have been on the world's fastest roller coasters, the biggest water slide, the longest ski slide. So you see, Walker Stick's wheelchair doesn't affect my life, and I am very happy. Thank you.